curve fitting. Today we are going to study this topic, curve fitting. To understand this point, first we will take some points. For example, x and y. x1 will satisfy to y1, x2 will satisfy to y2, xn will satisfy to yn. So, for some points of x1 which will satisfy to y1 will give a curve. Then we will see that the curve is so we are trying to find an equation which will satisfy for every value of x1 with y1, means which will give y1 for x1, which will give y2 for x2, and similarly which will give yn for xn. So all these values which will give one point to another one point, this will provide an equation. So these are the points which satisfy the equations. Satisfy the equation. So curve fitting. So curve fitting is a process. It is a process. Curve fitting is a process in which for a given data of point, in which for a given data of points, or given value of xy, or given value of xy, we find most appropriate curve. We find most appropriate curve is called curve fitting. So what we have written? Process in which for a given data of points or a given value of x1, y1, y, we find most appropriate curve is called curve fitting. x1, y1, sorry. The process in which for a given value of data points or a given value of x1, we find y1, we find another values. For a given value of x1, we find another value. For given value x1, we find y1. For given value of x2, we find y2. And all these points collectively will form a curve, and that process is called curve fitting. These 2 points collectively will provide a curve. That curve can be a straight line, that curve can be a polynomial, or anything it can be. So this process in which for given value of points, we will find another value of points which satisfied for a particular curve is called curve fitting. So there are 2 types of curve fitting. Two types. Curve fitting has 2 types. Number 1, linear, line fitting. Line fitting. And number 2, parabola fitting. Number 2, parabola fitting. First one is line fitting and second one is parabola fitting.
Start.
So there are 2 types of curve. Number 1 is line fitting and second one is parabola fitting. For line fitting, to fit the given data in equation of line. To fit the given data in equation of line. To fit the given data in equation of line is called line fitting, and to fit the given data in equation of parabola is called parabola fitting. So there are two type of curves. Number one, line fitting, to fit the given data in equation of line, and to fit the given data in equation of parabola is called the parabola fitting. So for a given data, to fit the given data in equation of line, we will consider the first situation, to fit the given data in the equation of line. So we know that the equation of line is equals to y is equals to a plus bx. Y is equals to a plus bx. This is the equation of line. So y is equals to a plus bx is the situation when we will fitting the curve to the line, and we need in this equation there we can see that there are two constants, constant a and constant b. So there are two constants. So we have to find the value of two constants in this equation. And second condition, to fit the given value in the parabola. So equation of parabola, a plus bx plus cx square. This is the equation of parabola. So in this equation we can see that there are three constant a, b and c. So three constant. In these two equations we can see that we have to find the values of the constant to create these equations. In the equation of line fitting, we have to find the value of two constants. In the equation of parabola, we have to find the values of three constants. So in these two values, if we find the value of constant, then these equations can be generated. So main aim is to find the value of these constants. So we will consider first condition in which we have to fit the line. So line fitting is first condition. So there are some working rules to find these values of the constant. So next is working rule. Working rule. And these working rules we will study in the next